Is everything working?
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
Okay, I can hear you too. Mr. Archer, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I've got you too. We'll start right at 8:30.
Okay.
Mr. Rose, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal. We will go ahead and call to order. We're sitting in clause number 2025-02203. This is a hearing in regards to the guardianship of Marcia Stauble. We have an amendment to the application that was approved on Friday for a guardianship of the estate. Mr. Archer, can you bring us up to speed on what's happened since we spoke and why we're here?
Yes, Your Honor, when this started, it was really motivated by the out of control spending that was happening and a desire to prevent that from continuing. As you know, she has been kept in Canyon Creek in Temple, where they were treating her. Prior to her going there, we did not really have any understanding of a cause or long term what it might mean. As we've got more information now and understand that she has some fixed delusions and bipolar disorder, the big concern is how do we know that she will be protected physically If she gets the delusion in her mind and decides to act on it in some way, in particular, just meaning that Max Stobble is elderly himself and attempting to monitor her 24 hours a day is just not really possible. And so what we think needs to happen is that she needs to be in a nursing home, at least for now. We do want to seek neurological evaluations and determine what kind of treatments might be available. But until we feel confident that she would be safe, being on her own for periods of time, we'd like to be able to check her into a nursing facility, and that's why we're asking for a guardian of the person as well at this point.
I'm sorry, somebody's beating on my door. One second. Okay, Mr. Stobble just walked into my office, Mr. Archer, so your client's here now.
Thank you.
So you were saying, basically you're asking for an expansion to include the guardianship of the person, so that you can have the option of putting her into a long-term care facility. Is that a fair summary of where we are?
That's
Okay.
correct, Your Honor.
Is there anything further that you want to add or any other information that we need to consider?
I don't believe so. I sent a subpoena to Canyon Creek again. If I don't know if they are on the line or not, if you'd like to hear from them.
It does look like they just joined us. And so since you subpoenaed them, I will ask to hear what they have had to say as well on it.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, ma'am, I can't see you. I can't hear your voice.
I'm sorry, this is a busy.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you. It's faint.
You can't see it, is it someone?
There's no camera feed. Okay, I can see you now. Miss Rodriguez, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And to reset, we're here. We have a request to expand temporary guardianship, which you participated in that hearing on Friday, to include the person as well as the estate. Mr. Archer was outlining some of the concerns about long-term care for Ms. Stobble. Is there anything that your facility would like to contribute about what you know about her condition or long-term care, or anything that would help us here?
So is it that you want something different from Friday?
Not necessarily. If there's anything, I guess, Mr. Archer, would you like to get them to add at this point?
Just a couple questions. I've been told that Miss Stobble did try to escape the facility maybe multiple times. Is that correct?
No, she did not try to escape the facility. She was on elopement precautions, which is she wouldn't be able to escape the facility. The doors are locked, but when someone would open the door, she would want to exit out of the door.
Okay.
But it goes into a hallway, yeah, and then there's 2 more locked doors. So
Understand.
I would not say escape. She was just trying to get off of the unit.
Okay. Do you think that if she were left unsupervised in her home or elsewhere for a period of time, that her delusions might cause her to go out and not be found?
I think that's possible.
And do you think that she'd potentially be in danger if that happened?
That is possible. I can't say for sure.
Do you think it would benefit her to be in a nursing home facility where she could be monitored more long term?
Well, I cannot say that for sure. I can say that she remains delusional.
And I understand she's been discharged at this point. That does not necessarily mean that her long term issues are solved. It just means that she is regulated, I guess is the right way to say it.
Right, and the delusions may go away. There's no way for us to say that, but she is taking medication for them. And the medications do take some time to work.
Okay. I'll pass the witness with that, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Rose, do you have any questions?
No questions for the witness, Judge. I got a couple of thoughts and statements to make at the appropriate time.
Okay, Mr. Archer, anything further for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't need anything further from you either, Ms. Rodriguez, so we appreciate you jumping in, but you're free to go.
Okay,
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Rose, do you want to share your thoughts?
Yes, Judge. First, and I know it's not a court of record, but I believe that you took fairly detailed notes from our last hearing, which was just last Friday, in which we got a lot of testimony from Ms. Rodriguez. So I'd ask the court to take so-called judicial notice of the court's file and the prior hearing, because I believe, in addition to the brief testimony we had this morning based on the testimony on Friday, for the purposes of a temporary guardianship and with the limited powers that Mr. Archer and Mr. Staubel are requesting, that it's an appropriate request under the circumstances. It won't last for more than, I believe, 60 days from the date of your original order. And during that period of time, we should know a lot more. But it certainly appears that if Ms. Staubel is being released from the facility, that she will need more assistance for her safety and well-being. No disrespect, Mr. Staubel, then Mr. Staubel is in a position to provide.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Gentlemen, may I make a comment? In order for me to protect her estate and mine, I must continue to run my business. And I have a very major project in that I have 3 food booths at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo that must have a great deal of attention to pull off this event. Much attention for the preparation before the event takes place. That being, I have to have place for people to stay. I have to hire approximately 35 people. I've got fees to pay to the Houston Livestock Show. I have to have electricity. I have to pay health department fees. That requires a great deal of office time to pull off all of that. And that has to be done before the show starts on the 4th of March. And we have to go to Houston with equipment a week before that, at least a week before the 4th, to set all this equipment up to be able to do this event. And then the event lasts for 20-some days. We are usually in Houston for a month and a day in order to pull off this event. So as we look at the calendar, 60 days, it's going to take me at least 30-some, all of the rest of January and into a great deal of February to make preparation for. And then the event takes place in March. And then we have to pack up all of our equipment to come back home. I have not looked at the calendar and counted in those days, but we are approaching using those 60 days. And I cannot be babysitting during that time because I will have to spend a great deal of time managing that booth. And so I don't even know what I'm trying to say, except I am quite concerned.
So can I stop you for a
Yes,
second?
please.
the maximum for a temporary guardianship.
It's 60 days.
So legally, we cannot give you any more on a
Okay.
temporary guardianship.
Okay,
So, Mr. Archer, I'm assuming your next step will be to apply for a permanent guardianship.
That's
So
correct.
This is a stopgap
okay.
for you in the immediate.
I understand.
Okay. Mr. Archer, do you have anything further that you need to add this morning?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. In agreement with Mr. Rose, I don't see this as anything but a prudent response to this request, so I'm comfortable signing off on this order and letting the previous bond that was supplied cover this for the person as well. So I'll sign off on that and we'll get that out to your office, Mr. Archer. And
Thank you.
further that y'all need right now.
No, Your
there's,
Honor.
that's it.
Okay, if there's nothing further, then we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.